Good morning everyone. Welcome back to GK Today. And today we'll be discussing most important MCQs for 6th of April 2023. Let's start with our session. Which country is the host of the bilateral maritime exercise SLENEX 2023? So this is the 10th edition of the annual Indian Sri Lankan bilateral maritime exercise, which is scheduled to be held in Colombia in Sri Lanka. And Indian Navy is represented by INS Kiltan, which is an indigenous Kamorta class ASW corvette, and INS Savitri, which is an offshore patrol vessel. And Sri Lankan Navy is being represented by SLNS Gajbahu and SLNS Sagar. Fine. So which country is the host of this exercise? Answer would be Sri Lanka, and it is the exercise between India and Sri Lanka. Next is Salar de Atacama is the largest salt flat found in which country? So this is Chile's largest salt flat, and much of the country's lithium deposits are found in this particular region. So Chile is planning to collaborate with India to tap into the lithium value chain. Next is sea lamprey, which was seen in the news recently, belongs to which species? So this is a rare species of fish that is known to extract the blood of its prey. And recently it was spotted on the Dutch island of Texel. And it was last sighted on the island in the year 2017. So this sea lamprey is also known as vampire fish due to its nature of sucking blood from its host like a parasite. Right? So this sea lamprey was in news these days, and it is a rare species of fish. Next is ISRO conducted the reusable launch vehicle autonomous landing mission along with which institutions? So this reusable launch vehicle autonomous landing mission was conducted recently by ISRO in collaboration with DRDO and Indian Air Force. And it involved Indian Air Force Chinook helicopter, which lifts off a winged body to an altitude of 4.5 kilometers and then freeing it to execute an independent landing on a runway. Fine. So ISRO has conducted this mission along with DRDO and Indian Air Force. Next is Salim Durani, who was seen in the news recently, was associated with which profession? Actually, he was an Afghan-born Indian cricketer who took part in 29 test matches from the years 1960 to 1973. And he is in news because recently he passed away at the age of 88 years. So he was the part of India's successful victory against England in 1961 to 62, where he picked up 8 wickets against the English team. Fine. So Salim Durani, the full name is Salim Aziz Durani. He is associated with sports basically. Fine. Next is, when is the International Day for Mine Awareness and Assistance in Mine Action observed? So International Day for Mine Awareness and Assistance in Mine Action is observed annually on 4th of April, and it raises awareness about the landmines and promote the step towards removing them. And this year the theme is Mine Action Cannot Wait. Okay. So basically on this day, United Nations departments, specialized agencies, funds and programs come together to play a significant role to work on the Mine Action Program. Okay. So two things are important. When do we observe the International Day for Mine Awareness and Assistance in Mine Action? Answer is 4th of April, and this year the theme is Mine Action Cannot Wait. Next is Central Bureau of Investigation is set up under which Union Ministry? So CBI is a premier investigative agency which has been set up under the Ministry of Home Affairs. In which year? In the year 1963 on 1st of April. And recently its Diamond Jubilee celebration was inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 3rd of April this year. Okay. So CBI works under Ministry of Home Affairs. Which state or the Union Territory developed Solar Rooftop Online Portal? Solar Rooftop Online Portal was developed by the Goa Energy Development Agency in collaboration with Electricity Department and the Department of New and Renewable Energy. And recently it was appreciated by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi as a good step towards harnessing the solar energy and furthering sustainable development. Okay. So this portal belongs to the Goa state. Next is, what is the name of the mineral concentrations on the bottom of the sea which is a source for cobalt, copper, nickel and manganese? So International Seabed Authority has decided to start taking permit applications in July from the companies that went to mine the ocean's floor. Basically, undersea mining will be conducted to extract the key battery materials like cobalt, copper, nickel and manganese from potato-sized rocks called as polymetallic nodules that are found at the depths of 4 kilometers to 6 kilometers. Okay. So these type of mineral concentrations are known as polymetallic nodules. Next is, which country has recently agreed to join the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership? So Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership is a free trade agreement and it was agreed by total 11 countries in the Pacific Rim. So UK has recently agreed to join this pact. Fine. So these are the most important current affairs and the news from today. And now let's start with our revision session in which we are doing the current affairs for the month of February, and this is part 7 in this series. So today we'll be doing the questions from 91 up to question number 105. First is, the Indian Armed Forces are set to procure Armed Predator MQ-9A drones from which particular country? So Indian Armed Forces are looking to procure 18 Armed Predator MQ-9A drones from the country US. And of these 18 drones, 6 will be provided for each of 3 armed forces. And why it is important? Because it is capable of carrying air-to-ground missiles to target high-value ground targets or air-to-air missile. Fine. Also, these unmanned aerial vehicles are capable of flying up to 50,000 feet for a maximum duration of 24 hours. Okay. So we are purchasing these Predator MQ-9A drones from the country US. High mobility artillery rocket system is manufactured by which country? So US State Department recently gave the nod for the sale of M142 high mobility artillery rocket system to the country Poland. Okay. And this equipment will be sold to Poland at a cost of around $10 billion. Basically, this rocket system is a type of artillery system that can fire long-range rockets with pinpoint accuracy, and it has been used in the conflict between Ukraine and Russia as well. Which country is the host of the International Marine Protected Areas Congress in 2023? So experts at the 5th International Marine Protected Areas Congress that was held in Canada have recommended the setting up of marine protected areas. Basically, these are the regions in the ocean where human activities are regulated by the government, and these protected areas are set up to address the issues like, for example, pollution, litter, overfishing and climate change. National Industrial Corridor Development and Implementation Trust functions under which union ministry? So this body is an apex government body that comes under the aegis of Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, which works under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Basically, it is responsible for the development of industrial corridors, like for example, Chennai-Bangalore Industrial Corridor, Bangalore-Mumbai Industrial Corridor, etc. And recently, the Indian government has sanctioned and approved 8 projects under this particular trust. Which country is being hit by devastating forest fires following a blistering heat wave? Answer is Chile. So Chile has recently experienced devastating forest fires which occurred after a blistering heat wave in the central part of the country, and later on the state of emergency was also declared in this country. Next is Visva Bharati University, which was seen in the news recently, is located in which Indian state? First of all, why this university was in news? Because UNESCO decided to announce Visva Bharati University as a heritage university, and it is said to become the world's first living heritage university. Basically, it was founded by Rabindranath Tagore in 1921 as a center for culture, for promoting the arts, language, humanities, music, etc. Fine. So this university belongs to West Bengal. Which institution launched the zero draft of the pandemic treaty? Answer is World Health Organization. What is this treaty? So the zero draft of the pandemic treaty was launched recently by the WHO's intergovernmental negotiating body. And this international treaty is expected to be presented at the World Health Assembly in 2024. What is the aim of this treaty? The aim is to strengthen national and international level preparedness against future pandemic. Paris Club, an informal group of credited nations, are the members of which organization? So Paris Club is an informal group of credited nations that functions as a platform for official creditors that resolve the payment issues faced by the debtor countries. And all of its 22 member states belong to OECD. What is this? Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Why this Paris Club was in news in month of February? So Paris Club has recently decided to offer financial support to the International Monetary Fund for Sri Lanka's debt. Who is the chairperson of the special committee to examine the need for a separate competition law for the digital companies? So government has recently set up a special committee to examine the need for a separate competition law for the digital companies, and it is chaired by the Corporate Affairs Secretary Mr. Manoj Govil, and the committee will review whether the existing antitrust laws in the country are equipped to deal with the challenges that have emerged from the digital economy and submit to the government a draft Digital Competition Act within next 3 months. Okay. Which institution has released operational guidelines on green bond? Answer is SEBI. So Capital Market Regulator SEBI has launched operational guidelines on the green bonds, asking the issuers to make additional disclosures along with its annual report and financial results. Fine. Next is Aaron Finch, who announces retirement from international cricket, is from which country? So he is Australian team T20 captain Aaron Finch recently announced his retirement from the international cricket. So here correct answer would be Australia. Operation ARC is associated with which state police? So Operation ARC is associated with the Kerala police, and recently Kerala police have arrested 113 people who were accused in various criminal cases under this Operation ARC, and raids are being held to arrest those who were placed under the Kerala Antisocial Activities Prevention Act. Also, other initiatives of the Kerala State Police include, for example, Pink Patrol, which is specifically for women's safety. Another is Prasanthi for the senior citizens, etc. Everglades Wetland Restoration Project is associated with which country? So this is a wetland ecosystem in the southern part of the US state of Florida, and it spans across the southern half of a large drainage basin in the tropical region. Basically, this wetland experiences fluctuating weather changes, habitat loss and environmental degradation. That's why a 35-year plan with an outlay of $10 billion is being implemented to restore this wetland. So this is the world's largest and the most expensive ecological restoration project, and it belongs to US. Next is P.K. Rosie, who was honored in the Google Doodle, was the first actress in which language? So P.K. Rosie was the first actress in Malayalam cinema, and she is famed for defying gender and the social norms by acting in a film. And recently, on her 120th birth anniversary, she was honored with this Google Doodle. P.K. Rosie belonged to a Dalit subcaste, that's why she is important. Which Union Ministry launched the Digital Payments Utsav? Answer would be Ministry of Electronics and IT. Who's our Electronics and IT Minister? This is Ashwini Vaishnaw, and he launched a comprehensive campaign plan named as the Digital Payment Utsav in New Delhi. So basically, it has been planned this year to promote digital payment across the country and also to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav and India's G20 presidency. Also, digital payment Swadesh Yatra was flagged off to make the citizens aware of digital payment solutions. And the DigiDhan awards were also presented to the banks that perform well in the digital payment. Fine. So these are the next 15 questions from the month of February, and tomorrow we'll be continuing it from here. That means we'll cover the question from 106 up to question number 120, and with this we would be completing our 50% of the February month current affairs revision session. Okay, now let's start with today's quiz. Here on the slide you can see 5 questions which have been taken from the past 2-3 days current affairs. Pause the video and try to solve each of these questions, and at the end of the lecture do not forget to share your scores in the comment section. So please be honest and do not cheat with yourself. So that's it for today. I hope you have liked the session. These were the important news and events from today, and we will meet again tomorrow with some more important current affairs. Till then, stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching, and please do not forget to subscribe to GK Today. With this, Minuz Hadsana signing off.